What it do, you to today's video? I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. And today's video is going to be part 3 on my new association that I just created. You know what I'm saying? And I'm advocating, for all Americans. You feel me? Especially Americans that actually have a brain that can think. My new association is called M.A.M.A, which stands for Make Americans Millionaires Association. And basically what that means is we could end poverty overnight in America. We could end hunger overnight in America. You see what I'm saying? And which it should even be poverty and hunger anywhere in the world, but it most definitely shouldn't be poverty and hunger in America. You see how those demons want to make noise? When I'm talking about a serious topic like this is how you know it's real. So, like I was saying, I will repeat that. It shouldn't be hunger or poverty anywhere in the world, but if for damn sure it shouldn't be hunger and poverty in America, which is supposed to be a first world country, right? Quote unquote. So if that's the real goal, is to end hunger and poverty in America, we could easily do that by giving all Americans $1 million. Poverty ended overnight, just like that. Because then it solves the problem that everybody on the street, they have enough money to do what the fuck they need to do, to go wherever they need to go. They don't need to be on the street no more. Boom. You see what I'm saying? And for children, that's, probably either just being born or still young, whatever, put the money in their parents' bank account. That way the child at least be taken care of and won't need anything, you know what I'm saying? Probably for the rest of their life, especially if their parents know what they're doing, to invest their money and stuff like that. So that's basically what I'm saying, because they always talk about like reparations and all this shit. And that's true, but what if we just got reparations but incorporated all Americans in it? Because it's supposed to be the land of the free. Everybody's supposed to be equal, right? So if we all equal, give Americans $1 million. You see what I'm saying? Every American should get $1 million in their bank account. And if they don't have a bank account, or whatever the case may be, set up these little tents or some type of station where you give them a card with the money on the card, and set up some type of biometrics to the point where only they, it's facial recognition or fingerprints, something like that. You see, since y'all want to do everything with biometrics now, reverse engineer the biometrics and create different technology with it. You see what I'm saying? So that's basically my thought on this whole thing. And it makes sense because, like I just said, the government just sent Venezuela like $44 billion or some shit like that. That money, that's literally enough money to put $1 million in every American's bank account, and hunger will be solved just like that. Poverty will be solved just like that. But that's the thing, they don't want to solve poverty. They don't want to solve hunger. They get money off of this shit. It's insurance fraud. You see what I'm saying? That's what's been going on. So that's why it's a thing called DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, because there's been so much fraud and waste going on in the American system for a long time. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people been trying to say something. You already know what happens to them. They either get killed or they get outcast and all this shit, or even just peer pressured in it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you in a certain position, like job-wise, and all your constituents, aka co-workers, is doing a certain thing, you know what I'm saying, and you even think about speaking out, you like the black sheep, but that's just a whole corrupt system already. That's already set up as a foundation of a corrupt system. You see what I'm saying? Because you put the shit in place and different things in place for corruption to happen. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna have to happen. And a lot of people. I'm gonna keep talking about this till more and more people start to get on board and start to understand what's going on. And you got some people that say, we don't want reparations. We this and that and all that, and that's cool. That's fine, but you get them dummies the money anyway. You see what I'm saying? Because that will actually stimulate the American economy. You see what I'm saying? 5,000%. And that would bring prices down because all businesses would be able to set the products at a set price, because they know the people coming in got money because the American government just gave all Americans $1 million. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just a no-brainer, but they don't want to do that. They're going to give you a million excuses See, they won't give you $1 million, but they give you a million excuses of why they can't do it. But they can do space expeditions, and motherfuckers can do all this transgender shit and all this Black Lives Matter and all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to actually fixing a real problem, motherfuckers give you all the excuses in the world. You see what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. Like America, we should adopt some of the ways of Dubai. You know what I'm saying? Put everybody on the same playing field, get everybody money. Since everybody's so entitled and all this shit, you just give it to them. That's going to reparations for everybody. That's going to solve a lot of problems. I'm telling you, the fucking crime rate is going to go down. You got so much money, you don't want to lose it. You ain't want to do nothing stupid. You see what I'm saying? Like, then people be able to buy stuff. You don't have to worry about people stealing anything, taking nothing, because they got the money for it. You see what I'm saying? And if you got people that's being greedy and shit, we don't have laws in place for that. Greedy bastards, prosecute their ass, because we just gave you $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking at it as, man. Like, that's a motherfucking no-brainer. You see what I'm saying? If that's the real case, because how I think about this and how shit looking. I was just watching a press conference from Hakeem Jeffries and his administration, and I think they in Minnesota, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And him, and I'm not sure if the lady was his secretary or whatever, but it was like an older white lady. She seemed like a hipster, with the glasses and stuff, with the color hair. She seemed cool, but she's very, very intelligent. You see what I'm saying? She was saying, don't let these people fool you when it comes to the government shutdown, EBT and all that. They actually have the money for these things, just in case something like that happen. They have these type of programs in place, like an EBT fund, emergency fund, or a disaster relief fund. They have the money for this shit. You see what I'm saying? But the administration, the Trump administration, trying to say no, they don't. This and that. It's basically like a site. It's like a fucking massive psychological warfare. It's like a massive psyop. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's going on right now. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's the massive fucking psyop. You know what I'm saying? And she's telling the truth. They have that. You see what I'm saying? They do have these things in place, but motherfucker will keep you so dumb and looking over here and all this shit that you won't be able to see it. But it is what it is, man. But like I was saying, though, this shit might end up going to a civil war because you got a lot of people in the military. Shout out to the military. I fuck with certain branches of the military, like the Air Force and shit. All branches is necessary, but, the Air Force is like the best branch, in my personal opinion. And it's good that the military got their money because they do deserve it. They do a lot of fucking hard work. You see what I'm saying? A lot of hard work. A lot of shit you got to go through in the military and shit. It's insane. But it's going to be a split and a divide in the military watch because there's so many people in the military that's against what the government is doing. And then there's some people who actually like on some clone shit where they fuck with this shit. Like they following out the orders that's being told. So that's going to end up being a divide. It's going to end up being a civil war. Because if they don't really want to fix what's really going on, the real problems in America, this is going to be the beginning of the uprising or the rebellion or the revolution. You see what I'm saying? Watch. You will see. But I forgot. Everything a joke, right? Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. Fuck Satan. Fuck all his minions. Gang, bitch. You know how I'm rocking. Don't get stepped on for Jesus Christ. Huh?